Hi, welcome to Northern Thrifters. My name is Melinda, and today I have a bit of a different video for you. It's kind of like a Dollarama haul without the haul portion. I'm calling it a Dollarama inspirations video, and I'd like to share with you 10 indoor activities that you can do on a budget. So I have a little list here of 10 activities that I've come up with that you can do with things that are around your house or things that you can find at Dollarama if you end up going there for essentials that you might need right now. And these activities are for anybody really. Some of them work for adults, some for teens, some for parents with kids, so pick and choose as you will. And I'm really hoping that down in the comments you will let me know what kind of activities you have been doing at home with your family to give me some ideas for my family to use. So we'll start with activity number 1, and it is playing cards. So these I picked up at Dollarama. They were $1.25, and I was thinking that I would actually teach my kids how to play solitaire, because I don't think any of them know how to play solitaire, and I used to play quite a bit as a kid. I knew a few different solitaire games, so I thought it might be fun to teach them how to do that. As well as we can use them for games like Crazy Eights or War, or my favorite card game, which is Rummy. And the other thing I was thinking we could use these for is to make card towers. So that might be fun to show the kids how to do that. So that is the first activity, is a pack of playing cards. The second activity is activity books, and recently I picked up a couple really neat activity books from Dollarama. So the first one is called Inspiration Time, and this one is geared more towards adults, but really anybody could use it, or you could certain parts of it would work for kids too. And it is a book that has a ton of different types of puzzles in it. So they have color by number, dot to dot, word hunt, mazes, logic puzzles, mystery mosaics, and creative coloring. And this was $2 at Dollarama. And so the inside, it's all different activities. So you can see here, this is kind of a coloring Sudoku type activity. There's another coloring one there. There's mazes, all sorts. So I thought that was a pretty good one. And the other one that I had found is a color by number animals, and this one was $3. And these look really kind of neat when you're done. They turn out like a mosaic, so it ends up kind of like this. I can show you on the inside some of their examples of finished projects. So there's a snake. What else is in here? There's a neat hummingbird one, if I can find that one. Where's the hummingbird? There's the hummingbird. So the pages themselves look like this here. And then the back of the page, there isn't a picture, so if you wanted to put it up on your fridge or up on your wall, you could. You're not wasting a picture on the back, so I do appreciate that. So kind of a neat activity book. So that's the second activity. The third one is a scavenger hunt, and for us in our house we have a couple different ways that we do scavenger hunts. Of course, doing outdoor ones is super fun, but one way that you can do a scavenger hunt in your house is using tiny little toys. So like these little dinosaurs that you can get at Dollarama. They also have little animal sets that you can use, like little sets of horses and things. And then you can just hide these around your house while the kids aren't looking, and then they go and find them all. And once they've found them all, they all get a little treat. And I just suggest count them before you hide them so that you know how many you hid. So that's just my little tip. The next activity is a pretty basic one. It's doing a board game with the kids. So in our house, we really like games like Scrabble and Boggle and Apples to Apples, Pictionary, charades. Those kind of games are our favorites, but we have quite a huge game closet, so we have a lot to choose from. But I've noticed even actually Dollarama has a ton of games as well. Not necessarily name brand, but they're similar. They do have a lot of like matching type games and games geared towards the younger kids. So there's an idea, doing a board game. Another one that's kind of a basic one is reading together. So my kids now are getting a little bit older and we aren't into as much of regular reading together time, but I thought since we're kind of home together and have a lot more time to spend together, I'm going to be restarting our reading together time, even if it's just 1 or 2 books a day where we sit together and read, and not even necessarily me reading it, but maybe 1 or 2 of the kids participating as well. I thought that might be really fun. And once again, Dollarama has quite a good selection of storybooks that you could pick up for this kind of activity. And the next one is kind of fun. I've been thinking about doing kind of an indoor Olympics event with our kids over this kind of forced break that we have, although we are doing schoolwork in the mornings. So yeah, I've been thinking about doing an indoor Olympics event with my kids, and I've thought of a few activities or events as part of it. So the first one is for basketball. We don't have an indoor basketball hoop. We used to when my kids were really little. So if you have one of those, great. You could use that, one of those Little Tikes basketball hoops. But I was thinking we could just use a like a basket and a couple of our balls, and then set it up where the basket's at the one end of the room and we're at the other, and we just have to shoot, and whoever gets it in gets points for that event. And the next event would be a balloon tennis, and we have tennis rackets that we use in the summer, but I thought it might be fun for inside that we inflate some balloons and have a tennis game in our basement. I thought that might be kind of fun, and once again collect points to see who wins that event. And then I thought another thing we could do is some of the Wii Sports events that are on the Wii. So if you have a Wii, that might be something to do too. You could scrap all the other ideas I had and just do do it on the TV instead. So I was going to look into the Wii Sports because I can't remember all of the different sports that are in there, but if some of them are applicable to this, that might be kind of fun. And then I was thinking also doing kind of a fake fencing or sword fighting event and use pool noodles. So pool noodles, I noticed one of the last times we went to Dollarama, they had them in stock. So that might be an idea too. And we have some from years ago that we still have here. So I'm thinking that might be kind of fun, like an indoor fencing with pool noodles. So yeah, that's the indoor Olympics for the one activity. And another one that I thought might be kind of fun, and I'm hoping the kids don't think of it as school, so this might be just for me. I've been thinking about doing journaling because I have quite a few notebooks and that from Dollarama, and over the years I've collected tons of stickers and things like that, scrapbook supplies. And I was thinking that journaling might be kind of a fun activity, even not even daily for the kids, but you know, just to kind of log their experience and their thoughts, and even just things they would want to do over break or things like that. Just keep track of their thoughts. And for me, I've been wanting to start what's called a gratitude journal, where every day you write down things that you're grateful for, and even just your kind of your hopes and dreams and that kind of thing. So I was thinking that might be kind of a good activity while we're home. And another one, which our family, we do on a regular basis, is we do movies with snacks, sort of like you've gone to a theater, so you make it a big event. So we pick up tons of things like chips or the bags of popcorn or microwave popcorn. Everybody's favorite pop we pick up, and we pick up candy that we can split up amongst everybody, and then we pick a movie that everybody wants to watch, and we sit down and enjoy our snacks and watch the movie just like we have gone out to a movie. We make it kind of a fun event. So that's another idea. And a fun activity I used to do with my kids, I called it the animal game, and I found it. I can't believe I actually found it in my stuff. You can see it says animal game on it. And so what I did was I made up these little cards, and basically it's just index cards cut up with animal stickers on them, and I'll show you. So there's one here, it's wolf. What's this one? Cheetah. just to give you an idea. So bear, so there's a whole bunch of them, and then I put them in a pile, and then I used to have the kids just pick one out. So if they'd pick out butterfly, for example, so everybody then would have to act out being a butterfly. So, you know, flap their arms around the room and land on things. And then the next child would pick the next one. So it would be like, let's say kangaroo, and then everybody'd be hopping around the room. And I know it's such a simple game, but when my kids were really little, they absolutely loved this game, and it's super cheap to make. Just basically paper and stickers on it, and you just make a bunch of them so that you can do it for a while. And honestly, the kids never minded when an animal repeated, so that was good. And then the last activity is, and this one's kind of generic, is crafts. So if you're like me, you've stockpiled over the years a ton of craft supplies from Dollarama, Walmart, Michael's, Dollar Tree, wherever, and you do use it, but not as much as you would like if you're like me. So I thought maybe we would start actually going through the stockpile of craft supplies and coming up with a lot of different crafts. And what I found was a couple really good websites that have like amazing craft ideas for kids and adults of all ages. So the first site that I found, and I've used in the past, is Red Ted Art. And the other one is CBC Parents. And actually, CBC Parents is not just good for crafts. They have a ton of ideas for parents in terms of games, learning activities, and things like that to keep kids busy and engaged. So I really do recommend the CBC Parents website. And I will leave links to those two websites down in the description box if you're interested in checking them out for yourself. So I'm hoping that these 10 activities can inspire you to do activities with your kids, or even some of these are just for grown-ups as well. So, you know, that's fine too. But let me know down in the comments, what are you planning to do now that your kids are home, or you are home with all of these social distancing, physical distancing measures that are in place right now. Be curious to know what kind of activities, and if you have some really good ideas that I can borrow from you, that would be great. So let me know all of that down in the comments. And while you're down there, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.